This is the Compass Update for April the 11th, 2024. As always, I am so glad that you're taking a couple of minutes to listen to me share about what's going on in the life of this church. And can I just tell you, amazing things are happening in this church. And it's not because of me or our staff, it's because of you. And with that in mind, I want to say this Sunday morning, please make every effort to be at one of our worship experiences because we have great news to share. And I don't want to spoil it. I want us to be able to share the news and all celebrate together. So would you do this? Would you make sure that you're here at the beginning of both of our worship experiences so that you can hear the good news of what God is doing because of your faithfulness? I'm telling you, you want to be here for that. It's going to be wonderful. Secondly, Sunday morning is another special day because we have at least 3 baptisms. God is up to some phenomenal things. And one of the indications of that is life transformation. And one of the ways we know that is we see people taking the next step of committing their life to the Lord in their profession of public faith through baptism. And so you want to be here to celebrate that. And if Sunday doesn't already have enough packed into it from what you've heard, we're starting a brand new series Sunday morning called Disenfranchised. The idea behind disenfranchised is that there is likely some right you should have, yet it feels like it's been taken away from you, that you don't have it. And I tell you, the question is then in this time that we feel disenfranchised with politics, disenfranchised with society, disenfranchised with relationships. In this time where we feel all of these things, how are we supposed to live? That's what the message of 1 Peter is all about. How do we as people who live in a society in a time where we don't quite fit, where we feel like outsiders, where we feel like strange aliens in this place, how do we live? And 1 Peter is Peter's attempt to take the teachings of Jesus from the gospel that were infused into his life and say, here's how we should live. And so I want you to join us for this great series. And speaking of Peter, next Wednesday evening, we are starting a series called The Chosen. We're going to watch this live action theatrical presentation of the life of the followers of Jesus as he chose each one of them to become his faithful followers. I love this series. It's critically acclaimed. It's wonderful. It will make you think. It will give discussion. It's worth your time. So I hope you'll come out starting next Wednesday evening, April the 17th at 6 p.m. It's going to be a great evening. I hope you'll join us for that series. 8 weeks is the first season, and so the next 8 weeks we'll be doing that. And one final note, next Thursday evening, ladies of the church, listen up. I would like to meet with you. As we've been talking about it, we're calling it a fireside chat. The spirit, the heart behind it is the heart of unity. The heart of us all coming together from our different generations, our different perspective, frankly, all those things that disenfranchise us, and coming together in unity under the name and the banner of Jesus to say, how might we redesign ministry? How might we move into the future to have the greatest impact for God's kingdom through the women of this church? And I just want to have some conversation with you about that. And again, that will be next Thursday evening, April the 18th, 6 p.m. here in the traditional sanctuary in kind of the overflow section on the tile. Ladies, all ages, no matter your level of involvement, I want to invite you out and I want to have just a chat with you. So would you please join me? I tell you, you just heard that pretty quick segment here. There's a lot going on. Keep praying, keep seeking the Lord, keep looking for his pleasure in your life. And we'll see you Sunday morning as we celebrate some awesome news. You don't want to miss it. See you at the beginning of each service at 9 and 10:15.